Okay, I'm back with another Steins Gate Zero. So I thought that today we'll be going through, the Christmas party, but it seems that, I tried to look up, like scout ahead, and it seems it's gonna be quite a long arc. Okay, so but um, before that, the, um, the flashback arc is a flashback scene is very long, so I think it's better if we cut it in half. Like we just watched the flashback today, okay? And to recap what happened yesterday is that Maxik with Maxik to this Asmodeus project, okay? So the thing is that he somehow still feel guilty about leaving her like that, so he went back to the lab with not the labo, okay, the lab with Maho and Dr. Laskinen, okay. So he went back, and basically the reason is that he wants to apologize to Asmodeus, okay. And even Asmodeus could feel very weird because she herself realized that she's an AI or not human, okay. And like she's surprised to see that, why are you apologizing to me? I'm just a robot. But since she's so similar to Krisa, he can't help it, okay? Let me see. Do I have that? Do I have that saved? I don't think so. Oh well. But in a sense, Krisa say that, okay, I'll forgive you under one condition. What is it? Take her out on a date, okay? So in other words, like take Maho out on a date, and like with that, somehow she wanted to get away Maho because she doesn't want to go on a date and go on. And then she was hoping that Dr. Laskinen will have her like, see, I'm busy. But then Dr. Laskinen say, wait, a party? Christmas party? I'm in. And then like at that moment she know that she screwed up, and at the end she agreed that she to go to the Christmas party again. So that's roughly what happened in the last stream. So and now after that we kind of like get like a flashback. We haven't even went through it, okay. It's just like they're trying to we just greeted with this saying, okay. So with that said, let's just go through it.
ダメなんだよ、鈴葉お姉ちゃん。そんなことしちゃいけないんだ。世界を変えちゃいけないんだ。お姉ちゃんはおかしいこと言ってる。この世界を消すなんてダメだよ。絶対にやらせないから。
If you ask me, if Kagari is smart, but what she meant is this, that if she changes world, like in a world that doesn't have any a world that doesn't have World War III, then she will not be an orphan, and at the end she will not be Miley's adopted daughter. Maybe that's what's going on in her mind. Did she really get shot? There were bullet marks on the inside of the time machine. Zod traced them with her fingers and remembered what had happened here. That was the last time she had talked to Kagari. She never been able to find her after that.
鈴葉、どうしたん？ぼーっとして。もしかしてまだ体調悪い？
え？
Zod looked back and saw her father, Hitaru. He seems worried. He was holding a bowl in his hand and offering it to her.
ごめん。大丈夫。
She nodded and took the bolt. They were on top of radio building, where a full wind was blowing. A light was shining down on the rear of the time machine, where the engine was. Her head was inside, as she did maintenance work. Hikaru was wandering around in the background. Remember that she doesn't want to show how the time machine works because like it might create a paradox. Like how like the thing is that Daru's supposed to come up with the technology for the time machine by himself. But if we get an example in front of him, so like it's gonna create an infinite loop. Okay, so that's what it means by the time paradox. So she's afraid of that happening. Like the universe might forcefully resolve itself and like cancel off, and like basically in a sense it's like what will happen if you in the present you meet with the past you, what will happen? So like there's a lot of scientists that are trying to like think about what will happen in this case. Like with that it might create a ripple in reality and something like that. So since it never happened, so she doesn't want to take a chance. Normally she would never let him near the time machine, but today he absolutely insisted on coming.
病み上がりの娘を心配しない親はいないっつうの。
You're not dead yet. You're not even married. You're not even. Suza spent the last several days unable to stand up because she had taken care of herself. There was nothing she could say back to him. Oh yeah, she was sick in the last stream.
なあ、時空間の転移とか重力制御とかヤバそうな装置は絶対にいじらないからさ、僕にも手伝わせてくんない？
ダメ。
機械のメンテなら多分鈴葉より僕の方が詳しいのだぜ。
Yeah, like I say, the
それは
paradox.
わかってる。けどダメ。
Paradox. Itaru slumped forward, dejected, but Suza had no intention of discussing it.
なあ鈴葉、今日はもう暗いしさ、寒いしさ、続きは明日にするべきだって。そろそろ帰ろう。
父さん一人で帰ればいい。私はまだやることがあるから。
今日もかがりたんを探すん？オカリンにも協力してもらえることになったんだからさ、鈴葉一人でそこまで無
Where
理し
did
なくてもいいんじゃ
Kagari go?
ね？
Because they say that they stopped
風
at
邪治ったばっか
1998.
りなんだし、しばらくはかがりたん探しはやめにすべき。
That made her a little mad.
それ、私に無断でオカリンおじさんに話してほしくはなかった。
Yeah, but Suza had told Itaru that she was spending every day looking for Kagari, but it was only later she found out that he told Rintaro. Okabe. It wasn't a problem, but her relationship with Rintaro was already a bit strained, and this only made it harder for her to ask him to get back to the time machine.
つうか、さっきからずいぶん苦戦してね。
締めにくい角度にボルトがあるんだ。
どれ？僕が変わるよ。それくらいならいいっしょ。
Yeah.
うん。
Oh, she accepted it. Suza pulled her head out of the engine unit.
顔中油だらけじゃん。せっかくの美人が台無しだ。
そういうことは母さんに言ってあげなよ。
Oh.
それはハードル高すぎ。
Itaru stuck his face inside the time machine and began to look around.
ああ、この構造だと多分こっちのパイプを後からはめたんだな。先にパイプを外すといいよ。パイプの中に冷却用の液体かなんかが通ってるはずだから、まずこっちのバルブを使って中を空にするわけ。
このマシンってメンテナンスのことをあんまり考慮に入れてないと思う。
まったくだお。すげえめんどくせえ。
作ったの
Mandok
誰だ
say.
と思ってるわけ？
僕
He cut aside and started to concentrate on his work. He did his job silently, twisting his massive body to the left and right. Watching him, Suzuha remembered her childhood. When she was younger, she loved watching her dad make the time machine.
父さん、
え
私最近なんだか自分でも自分が理解できなくなってきてさ。こんなこと考えるなんておかしいんだけど、この世界をなくしてしまって本当にいいのかなって。
Oh yeah, with Kagari. Her mind flashed back to young Kagari's screams. You can't erase this world, huh? She never forgotten the look on Kagari's eye. She'd never been able to shake the feeling that they were watching her somehow.
私のミッションが成功するとさ、マキセ・クリスは死なずにシュタインズゲートへの門が開くんだ。
うん。
And?
そしたら今のこの世界、父さんも母さんもまゆ姉さんもルミ姉さんもオカリンおじさんもみんななかったことになってしまう。
うん。
今の私が今の父さんに会ったこともなくなってしまう。
Yeah, but then the thing is that we did met Suzuha A, okay? So remember, let's quickly recap. Steins Gate, okay? The first game, basically, let's call that the Alpha Gate, okay? So, Kurisu sacrificed himself to send him to B, okay? And along with a lot of other things, okay? And one of the next to Kurisu's sacrifice was Suzuha. Not this Suzuha, the Suzuha that worked in the brown TV shop, okay? And she's more, joy-free. She's more like joyful. She doesn't care that much, okay? She can have a sense of humor. But this Suzuha is more, how should I say this? More tense, and she doesn't give much. She doesn't give herself much, chance to relax. Okay, so in a sense, we already sacrificed her.
これって告白シーン
No.
セーブしとくべきとこ
Suzuha said nothing and poked her dad's calf with her toes.
真面目な話をしてるんだ。今度ふざけたら蹴るよ。
迷ってるのかまあ、そのなんだ別にいいんじゃね
え
今が消えてもいいんじゃねだってこの先人が大勢死ぬんだろ、そんなの嫌じゃん。
父さん、
鈴葉はいろいろと考えすぎだお。
No.
戦争なんて嫌だ。だから世界を変えるんだ。そのくらい単純でいいと違うん
Damn.
つうかさ、僕戦争なんて行きたくないし、鈴葉と違ってこんな人間だから戦場なんかに連れて行かれたら3日も持たないね。
3 days? More like 3 hours.
幻滅だよ。
Suzuha sighed, turned around, and started to walk away.
あれ、どこ行くん？
Yuki-kun.
顔洗ってくる。油でベタベタだ。そのボルト閉めたらカバーも閉じておいてくれる？父さんの言う通り、今日はかがりを探すのはやめておくよ。
You know one thing? I wonder what happened in 2036. Well, it may not seem that far, but it's only 13 more years. So, do you think that it's going to be like a cult who kind of like praises, like praises the day and like take it as gospel? You know, like, oh, it's September 14th. Be careful, this is the day, you know, those kind of things. I wonder if it's a cult, if that's gonna happen.
Oh, それがいいよ。一緒に帰ろう。
Now look up at the moon, shining in the cloudy winter sky. She let out a puff of white breath. The white breath danced in the air for a moment and then disappeared into the cold. Like I say, I think like Kagari thinks that
父さん、
Kagari thinks that she might
幻滅とか嘘だから。
that she may not be able she may not exist, or at the very least she will not meet Mayuri. That's why she wants to stop them. Even though that in the war, but then we haven't seen where's Kagari yet.
父さんは銃を持って戦争をする人じゃない。未来でもそうだった。
He's the guy that made the gun.
逃げ回るのが仕事。
It's so lame.
未来の僕、ダメ人間すぐる。
Of course.
けど、それでいいんだ。父さんには別の戦いがあるし、そのために私たちがついてるんだから。
Your job is to make the time machine. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, I just remember something. Remember I said about, it's been 13 years. It will be 13 years until 2036. Now, actually in 2023, something happened. Okami died. Supposedly. Because in Alpha, it is said that, he was a rebel and he was killed in 2023. And in the Beta Worldline where Suzuha came from, it is roughly the same. Like, he was killed. It seems like the converging point for both is that he's gonna die, in this year. So, does this play along with it?
父さんこそ変に頑張ろうとしないで。日本は安全だなんて思い込みは捨てること。この前、オカリンおじさんだって襲われたんだ。いつ父さんが標的になってもおかしくない。戦争前夜なんだよ。今はね。
For about 2 weeks now, someone had been watching Suzuha and the time machine. It was clear that some great power was on the move. Huh? Ooh.
Okie dokie.
Suzuha nodded, satisfied with Saru's answer, and went to the bathroom to wash her face. Ow! We're already back here. The lab was filled with Santas, just like I heard on the phone. All of them were wearing miniskirts. By the way,
準備はバッチリですよ。どうもメリクリです。オカリンさん、こんばんは。
it's gonna be a long one here, and something else is gonna happen. The sight of so many girls in a small room like this, all wearing Santa miniskirts, threatened to overwhelm me. Luca! I was having the trouble deciding where to look when Luca staggered in front of me.
Okabe-san.
He's the guy. Don't forget that. Luca だよ. What are you wearing, man? I didn't expect a Santa in black. And wasn't he exposing an awful lot of skin? He's the guy. Thank you.
岡部さん、
やばい。
僕
What?
ルカ子、なんていうかお疲れ。
It must have been hard being the only guy. I gave him a pat on the shoulder and he smiled, relieved.
私もサンタ服着たかったな。
Okay, I'm worried about Nae, okay? Because in one of the routes in the alpha, basically in Steins Gate, that she basically became a psychopath. She basically used the time leap machine to travel 2 weeks back to the present day, and like that was 20 years in the future. So it said that she, if I'm not wrong, she made like a 14,000 jump. Or was it 1,004? I forgot. But the point is, it's a long jump. Okay, so she keep on jumping 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and 2 weeks. And I'm really afraid that if she's just putting on a face, and actually that she's that psychopath, because what she did is that. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil what happened, okay? So you should check it out.
来年はなえちゃんの分も作ってあげるね。本当？うん。ありがとう、まゆりお姉ちゃん。えへへ。さあ、オカリン、入って入って。
ダルと鈴葉は？
What about Maho and Neskanen?
まだ連絡ないんだ。
The biggest goal today was to get Suha to participate. It was no exaggeration to say that that's why Mari had held this party.
ちなみに、オカリンのお客様は？
I told them earlier that I was bringing Dr. Neskanen and Maho, but where are they? Oh, I brought 2 of them inside.
紹介する。レスキネン教授だ。
Merry Christmas!
Remember, he's huge.
あら。おっきい。
So
あり
strong.
がとう、キュートなお嬢さん。
でも、お父さんの方がおっきい。
それともう一人、ヒヤ城真帆さんだ。
どうも。
Let me
は
guess.
じめまして。
Now he's gonna fight with her.
おお。あら。マホニャン、あんたあったにゃ。
Her
あ
kryptonite.
ら、にゃんにゃんの人。小学生？中学生？これでも成人しているのよ。
She's an assistant professor.
ごめんなさい。
Maho's smile froze on her face.
なゆりちゃん、どう思う？
What?
二人とも逸材だよ。マユシーは妄想がはかどります。
Oh god, she wanna put them on a cosplay
の分も
outfit.
含めて小さめのサイズを用意しておけばよかった。マユシー、一生の不覚だよ。そのリトルサンタコンビは見たかったな。
やばい。やばい。やばい。
だよね。
Cristiano! There was no escape from Maho now. Mairi was so stubborn, she even managed to convince the legendary Shine Lukako.
教授先生の方はあの身長に合うコスは作ったことないよ。存在だけですでに勝ちだけどね。もふもふトナカイさんの着ぐるみを着てもらいたいかも。赤鼻もつけて。それはどうかな。
You want Word dog? What? Well, among all, the best Santa will probably have to be
誰
Daru.
も彼もコスプレ趣味を理解してくれるとは思わない方がいいぞ。
I think he's more than happy enough to do it.
そうだね。無理強いするのは良くないよね。でも最近はコンビニなんかでもクリスマスには店員さんがサンタさんの格好をしていますよ。
Give me a second. What can connect?
だから私じゃなくて真帆先輩の相手をしなさいと言っとろうが。
Oh. やばい。
コミマとクリスマスだと性質はだいぶ違いますよね。
I wonder what happens if I keep on calling her. Let's try.
あんたはまったく。わかったわよ。メリークリスマス。これで満足でしょ。じゃあね。
というわけ
It's not over yet!
サンタ
はいはい、メリクリメリクリ。はいはい、メリクリメリクリ。
Oh well. Mako refused as forcefully as she could, but Dr. Luskinen was surprisingly interested. I told you he's interested. He had been trying to put on a triangular paper party heart.
ダルくんから連絡来たよ。
What?
もうすぐ作ってすずさんと一緒。
Mari was looking at her smartphone. It looked like Daru pulled it off. I guess he really was got that. That meant we succeeded in our biggest objective, which meant it was on to the next mission. We decided that we were going to surprise Suzuha. So I didn't know that we were all waiting for her. We each grabbed a noisemaker and got into position. Dr. Leskine and Maho helped too. Maho seemed unsure, but Dr. Leskine was more than willing to participate.
電気を消すにゃ。
やばい。You do know that she was playing a wall to the right.
すずはさんのびっくりした顔なんてなかなか見られないもんね。でも実はとっても甘いもの好きなのにゃ。それにとても親切なんですよ。
You know, she reminds me of this guy,
挨拶したら返してくれたよ。へえ、私ももっとすずはさんと仲良くできたらいいな。なれるよ。きっと大丈夫。相性はぴったりだよ。
Don't see anymore. And then we heard Daru's voice from outside of the window, in the alley below the building.
よし、中へ入るぞ。
Huh?
すずはと一緒に中へ入るぞ。
His voice was loud and unnaturally expository. Once we got below the lab, he was supposed to give a signal. Everything was going as planned. We all went shh at each other in the darkness. I could hear two sets of footsteps coming up the stairs. I don't think it's a good idea. The timing was critical. But would she be able to figure out before we acted? The room was filled with different smells, like the girl's perfume and the aroma of food they made. Didn't Susa always notice these things and move these things more quickly than an ordinary person would? I started to get worried. You should. And then I heard the sound of the front door opening.
あれ、今日は誰も来てないんだね。
やばい。
そういう日もあるよ。
Sorry, you idiot. Your voice is shaking. I got even more nervous. Was it time yet? Where was the signal? I felt like my hands were going to slip and trigger the noisemaker too early. My palms were soaked with sweat. I could tell Suzanne was taking off her shoes. Yeah, right. Paris gave the signal. The second the lights went on, we all activated our noisemaker. Uh-oh. I could see Suzanne flinch for an instant. But I couldn't follow what happened after that. That's how fast she was. She dropped down and sprung on the floor and leapt towards Yuki, who happened to be standing in front of her. She might have broken Yuki's jaw with the base of her palm before I could shout at her to stop. Fortunately, Yuki had been surprised by Suza's sudden charge and had slipped when she tried to step back. Because of this, Suza's palm barely missed Yuki's nose as it sliced through the air. By the time I finally shouted, it was all over. Suza grabbed Yuki before she fell down and was holding her up. Yuki, Suza, and all the rest of us were too stunned to speak. That was close. If the timing of events had been slightly different, Yuki would have been badly hurt. You should have known this would happen, right? You should have known this would happen, right? Everyone finally realized what happened and began to panic. Yuki simply lay in Suza's arms, blinking her eyes.
何してるの?
Suza seemed to snap back to reality and she was looking around at everyone.
だから、メリークリスマスだよ、すずさん。
Well, I guess I think we're gonna go for Christmas route. I thought it would take a bit longer.
びっくりした。すごい動きだったわね。僕、早すぎて見えませんでした。ユキさん、大丈夫
？Give me a second. I just want to change something. Did she not realize it was a party since she'd never been to one before? That's the thing! That's the thing! The walls and ceiling were covered in wraps and ribbons. There was a folding table filled with food, cakes, and snacks. Food, cakes, snacks, and drinks.
パーティー？ごめんなさい。びっくりさせようって言い出したの、私なんです。
Ah, the mother and daughter. Look at that.
すずは、これは、なんつうか、サプライズってやつを演出してみたわけで、みんな決して悪気があったりとかじゃなくって。
Another one for surprise is ambush, you know.
すずは
You should guess which one is more common for him.
兄さんも知ってたの？
Of course.
うん。
そっか。だから今日はなんか変だったんだ。
I thought every day he was
ごめん
weird.
ね、すずさん。企画したのはマユシーなんだよ。だから、ユキさんやダル君を怒らないで。怒るならマユシーにして。やだな、マユ姉さん。私、そんなにいつも怒ってる？
Yep. Look around the room again.
ふーん、すごいね。いつものラボとは思えないや。でしょ？
I'm surprised they were able to put up all of the decoration.
うん、本当にすごい。綺麗だ。
This reminds me of the party they had in the Alpha Worldline. Suha laughed half-heartedly and began backing toward the door.
どこ行くの？
She's leaving.
どこって、まゆ姉さんたちパーティーするんでしょ？
For you!
邪魔しちゃ悪いからさ。もう、兄さんってば気が利かないよな。こんなところに私がいても仕方ないじゃないか。そんなことないにゃん。一緒にやろうにゃ。パーティー。
Party!
でも、私こういうのしたことないし。楽しくご飯食べたり、おしゃべりしたりするだけだよ。だから、
That's the thing. She's not good at that. Mary grabbed Suza's hand tightly to keep her from getting away.
まゆ姉さん？
ほら、鈴葉の席もちゃんと用意できてるのだぜ。
けど、本当にどうしたらいいのか、私。
いいから座れっつーの。
すずさん。
Mary half dragged Suza over to the seat next to me and forced her to sit down.
はいはい、皆さん、これで全員揃ったにゃ。はい、拍手拍手。
Everybody started to applaud Fubuki's signal. The other played some Christmas carols on the computer. The grim atmosphere that had begun to fill the room was banished, and I felt a little relieved.
それじゃあ、まず乾杯をするにゃ。グラスに好きな飲み物を注いでにゃ。
Everyone started to look around the various drinks on the table. Are they alcohol?
鈴葉、
Suza still looked like she was feeling as though she didn't belong, so I poured her some non-alcoholic champagne. I thought champagne was only made in a certain part of France.
やっぱり私無理だよ、こういうの。
It's for you.
なんで？
だって、遊ぶためにこの時代へ来たわけじゃない。
I didn't have the right to say anything about that. I was the only reason she was stuck here, unable to fulfill her task. But even so,
たまにはいいじゃないか。
でも、
鈴葉は考えすぎだっつーの。みんなとご飯食べるだけだって。どのみちお腹は空いてるっしょ。
それは。
maybe the other statement caused her to realize because her stomach rumbled.
ほれ見ろ。みんながいろいろ作ってくれたんだから、ありがたくいただけばいいんだって。
飲み物の用意はいいかにゃ。それでは今回のパーティーを企画したまゆし、一言どうぞにゃ。
What about Maho and Dr. Leskinen? Let's say something as well. As she stood, she bumped into Lukako, who was standing next to her. The two almost spilled their drinks.
まゆりちゃん、落ち着いて。
Mayuri started to take deep breaths.
今日はクリスマスイブなのです。どこもリア充さんでいっぱいだけど、今年はまゆしーたちもパーティーをしてリア充さんになろう。
Yabai!
いや、それリア充の意味が違うと思うな。
Yeah. Fubuki whispered a little sad.
ふぶきちゃん、何人もの後輩ちゃんからクリスマスデートに誘われたのよね。
Yeah,
それはもう
girls.
熱烈に。全員女の子の後輩だけどね。
Why not?
とにかくみんなが楽しんでくれればマユシーは嬉しいな。終わりです。
He said it. Maru gave a little bow and smiled to Suzuha. Suzuha answered with an expression that wasn't quite a smile.
それじゃあ乾杯するにゃん。マホにゃん、温度よろしくにゃん。え？私？
Yeah.
せっかく来てくれたんやから自己紹介も兼ねてよろしくにゃん。
It's kind of weird to have a professor at your party. Mako stood up with a slight frown and thought for a moment before she opened her mouth.
今日は皆さんの集まりに招待してくれてありがとう。私とレスキネン教授はアメリカ在住なので、こうして日本でクリスマスを迎えるのは初めてです。こういう友人同士での賑やかなクリスマスもとてもいいものだと。何か面白いこと言ってにゃん。はい。
Hmm?
面白いことにゃん。
Wait. For fun.
はいはい、メリクリメリクリ。
Ah, just gonna repeat. Damn it. Ferris, you're crazy. Uh-oh, she was totally losing it. She was worse than Mairi had been a moment ago. It was hard to believe I've seen her interpreting in front of that huge crowd at ATF. Was she bad at ad-libbing? Koi! 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 Welcome's desperate attempt at something interesting was cute, but honestly a little embarrassing. It felt like watching a small adorable animal.
うおー、マホにゃん、猫耳メイドの素質があるにゃん。マホリンニャンニャン誕生の瞬間だね。
Yawai. Fairies and Mighty were the only one who seemed really impressed. Mission failed successfully.
何を言っているのかしら。
ヒアジョーさん、そろそろ乾杯を。
そうね、そうするわ。それじゃあ乾杯。乾杯。
Everybody happy cleaning their classes together. Since I was the one who invited Maho to the party, I decided to cheer her up.
面白い乾杯の挨拶だったよ。
自己嫌悪だわ。
何を言うんだい、クールなキャットだったじゃないか。
マホニャン、いつからメイクインで働いてくれるにゃん。そんなつもりはないから。
She will be working there in this case. Paris and Leskine were both enjoying trying to make her feel better.
すずさん、乾杯だよ。
Good job!
すずさん、私も。
Oh.
うん。
Zuha still had a somber look on her face, but Mayuri, Yuki, and Daru forced her into her toes.
はい、すずさん。これ、マユシーが作ったんだよ。
What? Put a quiche on her plate and gave it to Zuha. I was expecting her to wear. You know, imagine if she gave her costume to her.
おいしい。本当？
If you take a look, the base is the same, right? Well,
ど
look at the smile.
そんな一度に食べられないよ。
Well, they are the same voice actor after all.
そう？
Next, Mari offered the quiz to Maho and the professor.
真帆さんとレスキネンさんもどうぞ。
Mr.
Arigato.
Leskinen, not Dr. Leskinen. What you said?
おいしい。これはおいしいですね。
じゃあこちらもどうぞ。エビグラタンとあとフライドチキンはエスニック風にしてみました。
Excellent!
凝っているんですね。
She went around and offered everyone something to eat. But she couldn't bring herself to offer anything to her. Mari kept motioning to her to go over, but Yuki just kept fidgeting. Of course! She was almost attacked! Maybe she was thinking about it too much. But Suza kept devouring all the food that Mari and Yuki had prepared, and gushing over each dish. The two of them had been practicing their cooking about a month here in the lab. I guess it paid off.
ケーキもあるよ。楓さんがデコレーションしてくれたんだ。あんまり上手にできなかったけど許してね。楓さんって不吉祥さんだもんね。でもそんな楓さんが萌えだよ。ちっとも褒められてる気がしないわ。
Everyone laughed. Then about half an hour after we started eating, when she saw everyone had eaten enough food, Paris clapped her hands together loudly to draw everyone's attention.
さてさて皆さん盛り上がってきたところでそろそろプレゼント交換をしたいと思うんだにゃ。
Wait, I don't think Dr. Leskinen brought any
私たち
presents.
間に合わせのものしか用意できなかったけど。
Maho and Professor had stopped by Don Quixote on their way to Baku City and spent just 10 minutes picking out presents. Is it Secret Santa?
それでバッチリだにゃ。私持ってきてない。
鈴葉の分は僕とマユシで準備してきたお。
So,
マユシーが選びました。そうなんだ。
そうなん
ごめん。
気にしなくていいのだぜ。
だぜ。
いいのだぜ。
Mari mimicked Daru's words as she pulled out the two small wrapped parcels from her bag and put them on the table. They both must have the same wrapping as the one Daru was holding. They must brought them at the same place. Mari had already explained to me Operation 2. Mari's plan for the evening was not only to make Susan smile, but to bring Yuki and Daru a little closer together. How?
プレゼント交換の方法なんだけど、いろいろ考えて結局くじ引きにしたにゃ。
Varys gathered together everyone's presents and put the stickers with numbers on them.
にゃんにゃにゃ
And she lifted a bundle of disposable chopsticks up above her head.
これはマユシーが今夜王様ゲームをやろうとして持ってきたものだにゃ。言わないでよフェリスちゃん。
おいマユリ、王様ゲームっていうのは合コンの時とかにするもんだぞ。
Yeah.
わかってるよ。ちょっと勘違いしただけだもん。
ま、
Yeah, but
女
at
の
least
子
they
から
enjoy it.
命令されるのって僕は大好物だけどね。
変態だわ。
橋田さん、本当に変態さんですね。
Thank you.
ということで、マユシーがちょっと勘違いしちゃったこの割り箸をくじ引き用に使わせてもらうにゃ。引いた番号のプレゼントをゲットできるのにゃ。
Varys laughed, loudly shuffled all the chopsticks, and then went around to everyone so they can draw one. She was also part of Mayuri's plan. How? In fact, Mayuri and Felice were sending signals to each other with eye contact with their fingers. While everyone was focused on chopsticks, they were busy relabeling Yuki's and Daru's presents. They were so obvious about it that I started getting nervous that Yuki would find out.
みんな聞いたかにゃ。それじゃあプレゼントを渡すにゃ。中身を見るのはみんなに行き渡ってからにゃぞ。ワクワクしますね。何が当たるかな。
Felice and Mayuri passed out the presents according to the numbers that everyone drew. Once the presents were handed out, everyone started to take off the wrapping paper. What? Nai was the first one to react. He gave out a very strange cry. Inside her box was a skull face.
あ、それかっこいいでしょ。
Let me guess. From the
ベ
front.
ルトのバックルだよ、ナイちゃん。
やばい。
学校につけていったらきっと人気者だと思うな。
A different kind of popular. If I'm not wrong, in elementary school, they're still able to wear whatever they want. I was feeling bad for Nai, but when I took out my own present. What?
誰だこれは。
The box had a cute design, and inside it was what looked like a see-through white veil. The veil was decorated here and there with little pink ribbons. This can't be a...
ん？はあ、オカリンさんのところへ行ったか。そのままマユシーにプレゼントしてあげるといいよ。
With the
そんなこと
bra.
できるか。
オカリンさんのためなら喜んできてくれるって。
どうしてそういう話になるんだ。
Kurisu, help me out.
ねえ、それプレゼント？何が当たったの？教えなさいよ。ちょっと、なんで今目をそらした？人には言えないものが当たったの？人には言えないもの？いや別に変態なことなんて想像してないからな。本当よ、赤くなってなんかないんだから。
Oh.
もう切るわよ。
Imagine ChatGPT be like this.
マユシーがどうかしたの？
やばい。Kurisu.
私からのクリスマスプレゼントでも欲しいの？
一
方的に要求されてもね。そっちも何かくれるなら考えてもいいけど。
Yeah, you can take this
何が欲しいかって、そうね。
栗ご飯 and kamehameha.
やっぱりいいわ。あんたがこうして私の相手をしてくれるだけで十分プレゼントになってるから。
God damn it, go and save her!
ごめん。今すごく恥ずかしいこと言ったかも。忘れて。
Oi. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. What?
AI にここまでプレゼントをせびるなんて寂しすぎるわよ、あんた。
Come on!
何かな。ベビードールだよ、マユシ。しかも超可愛くてセクシーなやつ。オカリンさんのために着てあげなよ。
Oi.
そんなわけにはいかないだろ
それならオカリンさんが自分で着てもいいんですよ。
う。
No!
返す。いくらでも自分で楽しんでくれ。
Oi. I pushed the baby doll back to Fumiki's hand. Yabai. Yabai.
じゃあこっちと交換します？
What is it? Handed me her present in exchange? The wrapping area had already been removed. I took a quick look what's inside. Yep, they were see-through. Who stand that?
それ私が持ってきたプレゼントです。
What happened if Dr.
まゆ
Laskin
りちゃ
got
んに
this?
来てもらえるなら嬉しいです。どうぞ。
君たちにはそういう発想しかないのか。
Give me a second. I can't. Damn it.
まゆしはもうオカリンからプレゼントもらったからいいよ。
Huh? What is it? Had drawn my present, perhaps because we were childhood friends? By the way, I'd chosen a huge chunk of chocolate in the shape of a gold bar. The kind of thing you'll find at Don Quixote bargain bin.
オカリンさんさ、もうちょっとなんかなかったの？
うるさいな。パーティーではこういうのがウケるって雑誌に書いてあったんだ。
いや、これはないわ。
Yup. Gold bar.
ないわね。
なんだって。
Make it cute. Maybe like a teddy bear holding a chocolate bar. That'll work. Yeah, but not a
マユ
gold
シ
bar.
は嬉しいよ。だって金の延べ棒だよ。こんなの一生触れないよ。
I think you will.
いい子だ、マユシ。
Let me guess, they gotta give the present to her.
本当にいい子ね。よしよし。
Mufki and Kaide were patting Humayuri's head, half out of sympathy, and half because he was cute. Somehow I ended as the bad guy. You were.
じゃあ次は私が開けてみますね。
Yuki started to open her present. She took out a cute wooden music box, and when she opened the lid, there was a little thin figure that danced.
すごいかわいい。素敵ね。
Ah, so this is what
ロマンティックです。
Daddy got. The girl said like all seemed really impressed, but Lukaku is the guy. It definitely looked like something a woman would enjoy receiving. If as many girls as there were coming to this party, it might have been the perfect choice. Wait, maybe I should have brought something like that. But then I realized that the idea had never even occurred to me.
これ一体誰からのものにゃ？
Paris, you're making it too obvious.
あ、僕。
I was right. Daru reluctantly raised his hand.
うわあらまあ。ダルおじさん、すごいね。やるね、兄さん。
Everyone except Mairi and Paris, who knew about it in advance, raised their voice in surprise.
これ
What about you?
橋田さんなんですね。
Mm-hmm.
どうかな。マユシからアドバイスしてもらって選んだだけなんだけどさ。
Aww.
素敵。ありがとうございます。大切にしますね。
Yuki held the music box close to her chest. She seemed really happy.
あ、
And then her expression turned confused as she looked down on the box. I love you? Then she started to fidget. What?
ごめんなさい。私ちょっと。
Huh? What'd you put in there, you? Oh god, do you have to... She hurried off toward the washroom, still holding the box. She must seen the trick. What trick? According to what Mairi told me earlier, there was a fake letter from Daru himself taped to the bottom of the box. It was something like a love letter, along with an invitation to a movie date. I wonder how she was reacting. Meanwhile, Daru had also opened his own present, and he looked a little bothered. He'd been given Paris' present. After he'd opened it, he looked really really happy, but now he gone completely silent. Remember in the original game, it was stated that. Oops. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of fireworks right now. What I wanted to say was that in the first game, okay, he was actually chasing after fairies, okay. So the fact that he got a present from fairies, like, even though that he liked fairies, but after knowing that Suzuha is her kid, is his kid, he probably like, oh, Yuki's not bad, kind of thing, popped up in his head. According to Mighty, he was going to get a pair of movie tickets. And even though it was a present from fairies, the tickets came with instructions to use them to a date with Yuki. Fairies responded to Daru's questioning gaze with a wink. Good luck, nya, they seem to be saying. For her part, Fairies received some kind of strange doll that Maho brought from Don Quixote. Lokako's present was a miniature remote controller helicopter that Dr. Leskinen had purchased. And Dr. Leskinen has gotten a set of 12 cute little crayons from Nae. Wait. What? This will be funny if he actually uses it. But since Dr. Leskinen is like a pretty, if I were to describe it, he's like a chill dad. So like, how cute! I think I'll use this. So kind of thing. Suzuha's present was a pair of handmade gloves. Yuki had evidently made them herself. She put them on, looking happy, but maybe a little lonely and smiled.
Suzuha, よかったじゃん。
っていうか、兄さんは何が当たったの？
Right.
これ。
The readers had been set up, and he was clearly avoiding looking at her. Suzuha seemed to understand and patted him on the back with a gentle expression on her face.
いいんじゃない？行ってきなよ。
なんだお鈴葉まで。
だって二人を見てるとじれったいからさ。
Wing daughter.
リアルでデートなんかしたことないし。
母さんもそうらしいよ。
え、そうなん？うん。そっか。
You can't help but support him, man. Yuki came back from the bathroom. He seemed to be having trouble walking straight. If this is a dojo scene, that's an NTR moment there. She sat back in her seat, but began nervously nibble and snack. And once in a while, she would take a look at Daru. For now, the movie ticket plans seem to be going well. And how does he know? And give me a second. Ah! Can't call Kurisu. Dang it. Oh well. Staring too much could tip her off. I should probably pretend I didn't know anything.
マユシーが用意したオルゴールは真帆さんに行ったんだね。
Okay, this is definitely gonna come up again. Okay, remember that I felt weird why in Steins Gate, the original game, like why did they like have a picture of Upa? Is it like trying to put a mascot, and then like later on, it became like a crucial item that actually like make the in order for you to get the final route, okay? So is this gonna be one of it? Mayuri raised her voice when she saw the music box in Maho's hand. It was shaped like a deformed bear, and when you wound up its hands and legs, it would jerk back and forth and played a tune. It was a very different design than the one Yuki had received.
いいのかしら。こんな素敵なものをいただいてしまって。いいん
Yes,
ですよ。
of
どう
course.
ぞどうぞ。どんな音聞きたい。そうですね。僕も聞いてみたいです。
Maho started winding it up. I got a bad feeling about this. Turn on music in the background.
じゃあ。
Oh, I didn't expect this. Maho took her hand off the winding key, and the mechanical yet gentle sound that was unique to the music boxes began to play. The lively atmosphere of the lab was replaced with a feeling of calmness and peace. We listened quietly to the sound of the music box.
まゆしーね。この曲大好きなんだ。僕もです。ポカポカした気持ちになるね。ええ、そうね。あ、そうか。この曲だ。
Yeah. I was thinking about it the same thing. She was wondering where did the tune come from. So it came from
ゆき
that.
さん、ほら、覚えてない？え？はい？
Yuki was facing so hard that she started to panic when Suza spoke to her.
私が寝込んでた時、ゆきさんがここで歌ってたよね。ああ、そういえば。うん、確かにこの曲だよ。
Suza seemed to be remembering something as her eyes narrowed.
ねえ、まゆ姉さん、これ、なんていう曲？
I'm gonna spoil a little bit right now. But okay. It's not spoiling, it's more like me like analyzing things. Now Maho got the the music box, right? I just want to say if what would happen if Okabe reached Steins Gate, was to do that basically like Kurisu had to he would make Kurisu survive the attack. But then what would happen to Maho and Dr. Leskinen? He would forget all of them. Well, they will forget him, but he probably won't forget them. And then like this whole event, this Christmas party won't happen. Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to point out.
これは
Mario was about to speak and then... Uh-oh. 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 Out of nowhere. Uh-oh. The world twisted. Uh-oh. Steins Gate. I moaned in pain as an incredible sense of wrongness flooded through me. The whole lab seemed to twist and fade, and the happy party I've been experiencing warped and waved like a mirage. Wait, just right after I said that. It couldn't be. No. Somewhere far away, I heard something that sounded like a violent crash. I was just barely able to move my eyes in the direction it came from, and I saw Fubuki falling to the floor as she knocked over a table. Kaede and Ferris ran over to her, calling her name. But it all looked so blurred, like I was watching a movie underwater, and everything was moving so slow. Their voices were getting further and further away. No matter how much I stretched out my hand, it reached no one and touched nothing. It was a terrible feeling, as if time and space were being torn apart, and even matter itself was losing its subjectivity. This feeling. Even if I didn't want to remember it, I knew what this awful feeling was. I knew it far better than I had ever wanted. This was reading Steiner. Okay. Managed to save. Pandora's box. For the first time in almost 4 months, it felt like the whole world was twisting. Who was it? Who had changed the world line? I didn't do anything. I hadn't interfered with the world. So why was the world doing this to me? I opened my eyes. Things had already taken on different colors. The world kept wavering until once again it became fixed to a single point in time. I wasn't looking at a warm, cheerful party in the lab anymore. I was outside. It was raining. The rain was falling on my face. It dropped so large that it hurt. It was midwinter rain. It was freezing and cold, and I could feel it sapping the strength from my body. My view stopped twisting. I was staring at the broad back of a man I didn't know. I could hear the sound of many boots stamping through the mud, mingling with falling rain. The stench was terrible. The smell of sewage was so strong, it hurt to breathe. And it was mixed with the awful smell of burning rubber and plastic. Where was I? What was I doing right now? Things around me had changed so much. I tried to understand the situation, but my brain was having an awful time keeping up. Who's this? When I stopped, a rough hand patted me on the shoulders encouragingly. I looked around to see a man my age with a strong, powerful face. It's a face I'd never seen. I didn't know him. Probably. The man was wearing the camo outfit and equipment I've often seen the self-defense force wear on the news. He was carrying an assault rifle on his shoulder. There were 7 or 8 people around me, all dressed the same. They surrounded me in a circular formation and walked silently as they kept an eye around the area around them. Then I realized I was wearing the same camo uniform as they were. I touched my bicep to check. There was no muscle. It was flabby and weak. Unlike the others, I wasn't carrying any weapons. Then what was going on here? It felt like these 7 or 8 tough-looking SDF were all guarding me. Since when was I that important? Still confused, I dragged myself onwards. Where was I anyway? Okay, the thing is, like, reading Steiner activated, okay? The problem is that he didn't travel through time. Basically, he's in another timeline, and like his brain, his brain memories and everything is implanted to this new timeline. The walls form a tall silhouette to the left and right. The path was filled with garbage and concrete rubble, and sometimes we had to force our way past it. I looked up past the high walls. Despite the rain, the moon in the night sky was strangely red and a little too bright. It was thanks to the moon that we were able to walk down a path like this without flashlight. Sound! I heard the sound! It was the sound of water. I looked over and saw a hole open in one wall. Filthy water was pouring out. The water formed dozens of little rivers that blocked our path. So that was it. This was the bottom of a river that had dried up. What looked like high walls were the river dike. I turned toward the man who'd spoken to me a bit ago and yelled so that my voice could be heard over the rain.
すみません。
あと少しで都心を抜けます。練馬駐屯地の近くまで行けば車が用意されているはずですから、そこまでなんとか歩いてください。
I assume they're still in Tokyo, but his word cuts off there. Everyone seemed more tense than ever. One of them grabbed me and pushed me forward toward the side of the riverbed. Everyone put their backs against the wall and held their breath. I could hear the sound of helicopter rotors in the distance. No, more than just one. They were getting closer. I had no idea what was going on, but I could feel my heart started to beat faster. Past several meters of rubble lay an overturned car. It must have fallen into the riverbed after the water had disappeared. The entire body was bent inward and the roof was completely crushed. I lay down in the stinking mud and slid into the shadow of the overturned car. At the same time, the SDF soldiers were issuing each other orders, as if this was something they planned for already. 2 of the men stayed by my side, and everyone else ran back the way they'd come. They all climbed up the crevice and outcroppings on the wall, then disappeared over the edge of the dike and out of my view. Shortly after, gunfire. Those were gunshots. And not just a single shot from a handgun or anything like that. This was the sound of war. I could hear the helicopters get further away, drawn by gunfire. In this world line, was Japan at war? The Third World War. I remember Susan's words. I happened to look inside the crushed car. I could see the corpse of a man and woman and a small child hanging upside down, still attached to their seat belts. They were all covered in dry black blood. They looked like Americans at a bad haunted house. Yeah, this is what she was. This is what Susan tried so hard to prevent. I've been so focused on moving forward that I hadn't noticed what they were. But I've seen similar mannequins sunk into the mud. I could see their arms, the bones and ragged muscle exposed to the air, reaching up to the sky as if seeking salvation. Now you get disgusted. I put my hand over my mouth to stifle a scream. Those were mannequins.
今です。壁に沿って進んで。ルートを変えます。さあ、立ってください。
He pulled me up, my knees were shaking from shock and exhaustion.
仲間がソ連のヘリ部隊を引きつけてますが、それほど持ちません。早く。
ソ連
My mind was dull from the terror, but it seemed like there was something off about what he just said.
しっかりしてください。あなたを守るために、すでに何人犠牲になったと思っているんですか。
俺を守るなぜ
理由は聞かされていません。でも命を懸けて守れと自分は命じられています。それがこの国の未来につながるのだと。
Not really. Change the present. A helicopter passed over the riverbed. The bright searchlight passed by for a moment, and thankfully the shadow of the dike hid us. The young SDF soldier, whose name I didn't even know, put me inside one of the holes in the concrete. When I looked closely, I could see that it was the entrance to a sewer. It was just big enough for a single person to pass through. Struggling against the flow of water that came up to my knees, I pressed on through the darkness. Okay, I think like this is where we should stop, because like there's like it's a start of a new arc. Like I did search in front, like scout ahead, but I didn't expect this, Oh my god. Because I did saw the divergence meter. But I wonder what happened. Oh well, but still, who caused it? Like in my head right now, the one person that comes into my mind is Kagari. But then the fact is that why is the Soviet Union attacked? Because this is supposed to be the present day, Akihabara. So how did this all happen? How did it all play out? Why did the Soviet Union attack them? Without doubt, it has to be a part of Dr. Nakabachi's stuff. But like this all could be prevented if Okabe just went ahead and traveled back in time and saved Kurisu. But then again, that's why he needs a reason. He needs a reason to move forward. Okay, in the original game, before he finally reached Steins Gate, he was shown, he had a message from himself in the future. So he needs to fail so that he's able to see clearly what he needs to do. Okay? Like, it's kind of, I want to see how this plays out and what happened to, like, what happened to everyone, Mayuri, Daru, and all of them. So let's hope that it's gonna be better in the next stream. So the next stream is probably gonna be about the divergence meter. Okay, like who, maybe just scratch the surface of how did this come to play. Okay, we may not know who's behind it, but we will definitely know what's happening on the world. Okay, so with that said, I'll end the stream here and I'll continue this next week. Okay, like I do know that it's like it's a bit too early. It's a bit early, but it's gonna be a huge arc. Okay, because like we're suddenly thrown into this world line, and we have no idea about it. Okay, so yeah, I'll continue this next week because like I do want to rest, and I do need to play some saving around a little bit because I still haven't done a couple of things. Okay, so with that said, I'll end the stream here, and I'll see you guys next time. If you like the stream, please like and subscribe, and see you guys. And I'll end it here. Bye bye.